KYmedia.net is proud to support Chamber Chats and support small business.
The Richmond Chamber of Commerce says, we're open for business.
Welcome to this edition of Chamber Chats with your host, Mindy Goble.
Welcome to another edition of the Chamber Chat Show with the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. I am Mindy Goble, and we are thrilled to have you with us today. And we have some new members, which is really exciting. And we typically have some members from Lexington, but not a lot, right? So we're super excited to hear what you guys do. And so 46 Solutions is our new member, and this is Eric and this is Aaron. And we're going to hear about their business and what it is that you guys offer.
So I'll start off. I'm Eric again. Thanks for the introduction. Happy to be part of Richmond over here. We love to service the community over here. We service the communities all around surrounding Lexington. So one of the things is I'm actually going to try to keep this as simple as possible because I know
good.
When you talk about IT, everyone's like this, right?
Totally, deer in the headlights look.
Right. So 46 Solutions, we're a technology company. So we actually provide managed IT services and audio video services. And I know I'll get to the audio video services here in a second because
that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, everyone likes to talk about big screen TVs, projectors, home theaters, all those nice things, right? But I'll go into the managed IT. So we actually provide the managed IT services for small, medium businesses in the local communities. Because a lot of times those small, medium businesses, they don't have a specific IT person, right? They usually look around like this, hey, Frank, you know more than all of us, so guess what? If our computer's broken or I need to know how to use something on Microsoft, we're going to ask you. Right? So even though he has a different job, everyone's basically saying, hey, fix my computer, right? So that's where we come in. So we actually come in and provide all those IT services, the help desk, your one-stop shop for that business for less than the price of one IT person. So we basically provide an entire team that basically won't be stretched too thin like that one person probably was.
Or maybe they don't even know what they're doing and mess it up more than they would have actually fixed it.
Yep. And I was like, even like right now, like 2021, even during 2020, people, they were using technology that they weren't used to using, like Zoom. I mean, we all know we're probably attending Zooms all the time, right? Yeah. It feels good to talk to real people, right?
Yeah. It's very exciting.
How many times a day do you hear unmute? You got to unmute yourself. You're muted.
Yeah, exactly. Or the random background noise because they're not muted, and you hear all this other stuff that you're like,
the wife yelling at the husband because he forgot to throw something away.
Exactly. Whatever.
Or my dogs in the background
barking.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or my kids when they're at home from school.
Yeah.
Asking questions about their schoolwork. Yeah. But we actually we were pretty busy. With small, medium customers, new clients coming in and asking us, hey, can you help us with a phone system?
Right.
Can you help us? Because we could do anything technology related for a small business, we can help you with. Okay. We're your one-stop shop, and one thing that we treat, with utmost importance is cybersecurity. So a lot of times people don't realize that their computers are unprotected. Because they usually just leave like your antivirus that you bought from Best Buy. And then you just let it expire, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we come in. We can actually help monitor, safeguard everything, and keep your business moving.
Awesome.
Right.
So speaking of 2020, and I mean, what do you all think you learned the most? Like, what did you take away from 2020 that was a good thing?
Basically, communication. It's one thing. It's helped me communicate better with my team. I'm still improving on that. Aaron over here can attest to that.
I saw his eyebrows go up.
Yeah, he's helping me a lot. He's actually a new addition to our team, but it's one of those things where we were so used to. Well, you'll probably find this funny actually. I'll backtrack a little bit. I was hired into my position 2 weeks before COVID mandate shutdown happened.
Awesome.
So
talk about trial by fire.
Yeah. First salesperson, and then boom. you know, you can't go really sell for 2 weeks, right?
Exactly.
It's like pack your things up and go home and have your little
good
office,
luck.
right?
Right.
But the nice thing is, since we're a technology company, I was able to set everything up just like I was at the office. And that's one of the things we actually helped with small, medium businesses. They can work anywhere.
Sure.
We helped them with that. But we lost that communication piece initially because we weren't in the office talking to each other.
Right.
But, you know, it's one of those things where I think everyone can always use improvement on effective communication. But
Without a doubt.
that and just
Way before COVID.
Yeah. And even then, it's like just figuring out different ways how to target customers and talk to them. Because, of course, can't really go drive around, visit businesses right now.
No, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Life kind of stopped, and we were talking about that. There was other business people in the room a few minutes ago about just, it's been a year already. Like, it's a year ago, like that this all just, everything changed on a dime. And just so much that we had to kind of reinvent and re-envision, and it's just a challenging time for sure.
Yeah.
For small businesses.
It took a while, but then, you know, a few months down the road, business started kind of jumping back on and getting back up to speed. And we had one of our coolest jobs during this whole thing because a business decided to do a cybersecurity audit on themselves.
Right.
And that's where Aaron over here comes in, or Aaron, his nickname.
I love that.
But yeah, we did a cybersecurity test where I'll let him tell the story because he was the one who actually did it, and he could probably tell it better than I can.
Right.
But this customer actually let us basically phish him. And so you basically
Kinda
phishing,
fun.
it's like phishing, you know, sending those text messages or just, you know, those car warranty people calling, right?
Yeah.
So I'll let him kind of talk about what he did and how he did it.
Tell us about it.
Sure. So we were tasked with doing a cybersecurity assessment on this particular company in Louisville. Medical manufacturing is really what their function was. So when we looked at the overall picture, they were looking at just the network side. And that's where a team of people will get authorization and they'll try to hack into the network or see what kind of things are open to the public. And based on my background, I have a military kind of intelligence background. I had asked them, well, that's great on your network, but what about your physical security? And this company had told us that all their people were trained, they'd all gone through training. If you're a new person or a visitor, you had to come in, sign through a desk. So they were confident that they physically had their facility secure. Mm-hmm. They had, you know, some private information, customer information, medical information, but they were interested in an assessment. So I was tasked with going to Louisville and doing this assessment for them. In a nutshell, I was able to get into their office spaces within 25 seconds.
Wow.
And the way I did that, and you can find this across the nation, you'll see this. If you have a hard hat, a vest, and a badge dangling from your chest,
You can get anywhere.
you can get in anywhere. If you look like you legitimately should be there,
No one questions.
no one questions it. And sadly, if your employees have a very customer service oriented feeling,
Well, sure.
they're going to help you. So
Right.
all you have to do is get past that little initial uneasiness of this new person. After that, if you've gained their trust, they're going to help
You're
you
in.
out as much as possible.
Exactly.
So I hung out on their loading dock with a hard hat, vest, mask, and a clipboard with just some random information. And I buzzed their door and I gave them a little story about some electrical problems up and down the road. And within 25 seconds, I was inside their facility.
Wow.
I asked to go look at their electrical panels and look around the building. I had my telephone out. I was taking pictures of everything as I went.
Wow.
I was able to access some very sensitive areas of the building, some computer server areas, and they helped me along the entire way. It shocked the CIO and their IT manager for the facility. They couldn't believe that their people allowed me in.
Right.
But again, it was a difference of you train your people, but yet you train your people also to help someone.
Sure.
So all I had to do is get past that first person, and it was, oh, help him out.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. So it was a really big eye-opener for the facility.
Without a
That-
doubt.
That they felt they were trained and they were secure, but in reality, they really weren't.
Right. That's a cool story. I'm glad that Crystal thought it was a good idea for you to come tell us. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, how many companies
Oh,
would
yeah.
the
I mean-
exact same thing happen?
I mean, imagine just, you know, you have Spectrum Internet and someone shows up with a
Sure.
Spectrum vest that you could probably just stitch yourself and say
Exact-
you're Spectrum and just walk
Exactly.
in. I was like, those are the things that we actually help safeguard against and train employees, things like that.
Awesome. So you said you were going to come back to the entertainment side.
Yeah, so the audio video stuff. So that's, of course, the flashy stuff that everyone loves. I mean, I love it.
Well, I mean, we're watching more TV than we ever have.
Right, exactly. Hey, during COVID, I had my TV mounted correctly. I had a hanging soundbar from my company, 46, and
there you go.
Now I've got some deep bass and in my living room, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we actually help with home entertainment systems, outdoor, systems. So what most people don't realize, you can actually put a lot of your entertainment center pieces outside and it be protected. So you can have that outdoor TV, you can have those outdoor speakers and have it sounding just as good as what it does in the inside.
Yes.
So those are some things we're doing. We were, I know that was a big season with that kind of stuff last year, and it's starting to come up again, especially with March Madness. Yeah. Everyone wants to watch those games because as long as
you can't go to any games.
Exactly, can't go to any games, and I don't see them, getting rid of them right now. It looks like everything's going pretty well.
Right.
But you get to watch UK play on a big, nice TV, big screen display.
Yep.
That's what we can help with.
Very cool.
We do home theaters, so we can give you basically a space, whether it's a man cave or where you can brag about. You can take your friends, family in there, sit down, watch movies, watch your basketball games.
There you go.
All those things. So it's pretty neat.
I've not met a guy that wouldn't love to have that.
No, I love all the toys, right?
Absolutely.
I was like, I'm planning my man cave in my basement right now as we speak. So
you got 4 sons, so they would all kill for that. They would think that'd be
play their Xboxes there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and one of the things we actually specialize too is pre-wiring. And so pre-wiring is basically any new construction, like if you're able to find any houses, right?
Yeah, right.
Where you can actually pre-wire those houses and actually fully automate it. And by that, I mean you can have your cameras, access control. You can basically, all through an app, you can control everything in your house from lighting to lowering your TV. We actually have mounts. They're called mantle mounts. So a lot of people mount their TVs above that fireplace. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
But you're watching TV
like
that, right?
Right.
Well, there's mantle mounts that actually bring the TV down to eye level, so it's easier for your neck.
Yeah.
It's all really cool things. We actually have everything that I'm talking about to showcase at our showroom over at Lexington Green.
That's awesome.
To the left of Joseph Beth. So anytime, we do
no
private.
more clap-on lights.
No more clap on. You can control it via tablet or your phone, cell phone app, and it's pretty neat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about your business? Anything else you want to share? I mean, that either of you, that we've left out or forgotten about?
We do a lot of consulting, whether it's on the residential or commercial.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when people think of, audio video, they're like, okay, what necessarily entails that? Because maybe they just think of simply mounting TVs, right?
Right.
It's not just mounting TVs.
Well, and I think that people feel like they can't afford it. Once you sit down with somebody, you maybe can say, okay, this is affordable. This is something, that we can do. And I think a lot of people just don't know what they don't know.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, technology is so scary for most people.
Right. And it's like sometimes until you bring it up, they don't know what they want.
Exactly.
And sometimes that perfect time is, hey, you're going into a new house. Now's that perfect time. It's not just for perfect time for painting, right?
Right.
But it's also like planning out, hey, what do I really want to do before I move all my junk there, right? So that's where you can set up your in-wall ceilings, so you can or in-wall speakers for your ceilings.
Yeah.
Where you can hide those speakers so people don't see it, but that's great sound still comes through, right?
Right.
So you can do all those things. And then even on the commercial side, we can actually do renovations on conference rooms. So once people start actually getting back together, right, you can actually show off that nice conference room, impress your customers, or even be more efficient at work. You can actually display, things on the TV and on your meeting, things like that. But we help give advice to people who don't necessarily know what they're looking for, but they know they have a need.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Eric, and thanks, Aaron, for coming today. And welcome to the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. We're glad to have you guys. And we look forward to seeing you more in Richmond and hanging out with you.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining our show today.
KYmedia.net is proud to support Chamber Chats and support small business.
The
the Richmond Chamber of Commerce says, we're open for business.